Welcome students, this is going to be your guided notes for today. We are going to be finding the sum and difference of decimals. So looking on the first page, please have your notes out with you and follow along. We're going to be finding the sum and difference of decimals that have the same signs. Remember, same signs means that both numbers are either positive or both numbers are either negative. Looking at problem 1. We have a negative plus a negative. So if they have the same signs, we know that we're going to add the two numbers together. So I'm going to take 37 and 27/100. I'm going to add that to 13 and 2/10. Make sure you are also writing this down on your guide note sheet. Since I do not have a number right here in the hundredths place to go with the 7, I can fill it in with a 0. Next, I'm going to add going vertically down. So 7 plus 0 is 7, starting all the way to the right and moving left. 2 plus 2 is 4. Carry down your decimal point, and then 7 plus 3 is 10. I'm going to write a 0, and I need to carry over a 1. 3 and 1 is 4, plus another 1 is 5. So then a negative plus a negative is still going to be negative because we're going in a negative direction. So I'm going to have a negative 50 and 47/100. Okay, looking at number 2. Again, we are adding two negatives together. So I'm going to add my decimals, 42 and 65/100 plus 16 and 3/10. Again, we can add that 0 at the end to fill in the hundredths place. Next, 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 3 is 9. Carry down the decimal. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 4 and 1 is 5. So now I'm going to write my answer. I have a negative 58 and 95/100. Next one, number 3. This is kind of hard to tell if they have same signs. So I'm going to change it to an addition problem. So I'm going to keep my initial value the same. So I have 0 or negative 67/100. We know that this minus sign means opposite. So now I'm going to add the opposite of a positive 33/100, which is a negative 33/100. So now I notice that I have the same signs because they're both negative numbers. Same signs I have to add because I'm continuing on my number line. I'm going to continue going left. So I want to find out how far left I'm actually going. So I'm going to add these together. Make sure your decimals line up. And I have a 7 plus a 3 is a 10. So 0, carry over the 1. Now I have 6 plus 3 is 9. Add the 1, I get 10. And that's not a negative 3, that is a decimal. So carry down my decimal point. So I have 10 again, so I have to bring over the 1. So now this is 1 whole, and 1 whole plus 0 is 1. So I have my answer is 1. And it will be a negative 1 since I'm adding a negative and a negative together. Okay, number 4. Again, let's change it to an addition problem. So we have negative 8/10. We want an addition problem. Subtraction right here means taking the opposite of 6/10. The opposite of 6/10 is negative 6/10. So I notice we have same signs. So same signs means to add. So I'm going to add 0.8 plus 0.6. And then 8 plus 6 is 14. So I'm going to write the 4, carry the 1. And then this turns into 1 whole plus 0 is 1. So then I have a negative 1 and 4/10. Okay, next I would like you to do these two problems on your own. So solve them by yourself and then you're going to select the correct answer on the screen. Okay, now that you solve these on your own, we're going to go over them. Two negatives means we're going to add the number. So we have to do 4.7 plus 3, sorry about that, 3 and 1600. Again, at the end, I'm going to add a 0 to hold that place value. So 0 plus 6 is 6. 7 plus 1 is 8. And then 4 and 3 is 7. So our answer is negative 7 8600. So if you did not get this correct, please revise your work. Okay, next we need to change this to an addition problem. So negative 26.9 plus, we're taking the opposite of 3.1, which is a negative 3.1. Same signs, we need to add. So 26.9 plus 3.1. See how I'm lining up that decimal point. Now add. 9 and 1 is 10. 0. Bring over the 1. Now we have 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 1 more is 10. So the 0. Bring over the 1. So now I have a 2 and a 1, which makes 3. So now my answer is 30, and I have 0 tenths, so I can just say negative 30 is going to be my answer. Okay, so now you're done. You're going to flip over to the back page, and then you're going to follow my next video.